Imaginary foods we like to eat. Food often plays a key role in storytelling in film, television, and even literature. There are so many fantasy foods that we love to sink our teeth into just once, for better or for worse. Here are some of the best fantasy foods we love to eat. 1 of 23. Big Kahuna Burger Pulp Story. Note, the Big Kahuna Burger is not limited to pulp fiction, although its most prominent reference is when hitman Jules Samuel L. Jackson takes a serious bite of Bert's Burger from the popular Hawaiian-themed fast food chain. That's a delicious burger. Jules notes before it's time to blow up the whole apartment or get shot himself. The Big Kahuna Burger is briefly mentioned in other films associated with Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, such as 4 Rooms and From Dusk Till Dawn. 2 of 23. Cheesy Blasters 30 Rock. When Jack Donaghy Alec Baldwin thinks some of the cast and crew of The Girly Show with Tracy Jordan TGS are getting too caught up in their fame and white-collar lifestyle, he wants to takes the crew out for some cheesy blasters, the favorite food of most average Americans. Liz Tina Fey seems to be the only one excited about a hot dog stuffed with jack cheese and folded into a pizza. We will definitely be interested in a bite. 3 of 23. Hufflepuff South Park. Eric Cartman's favorite snack, cheese puffs, is nothing more than the everyday cheese puff. However, for Cartman, they are like his fuel source. Comedy Central has sold its own version of the snack in limited editions in physical stores in 1998 and again in 2011. 4 of 23. Salty Chocolate Balls South Park. When the Sundance Film Festival moves to South Park, the chef Isaac Hayes decides to take advantage of the crowds coming to town by serving up his popular sweet treats. According to South Park legends, Chef's salted chocolate balls are simply chocolate confections rolled into balls with salt added as a flavor enhancer. Of course, the hint of something else makes the snack even more special, especially when the chef sings about them. 5 of 23. Pizza Cup O's the Jerk. Cup O Pizza, featured in the 1979 Steve Martin comedy, was a restaurant where Nubbin R. Johnson Martin couldn't get enough of the original menu. It looks like nothing more than pizza crust, pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, and various Italian spices mixed in a cup, but to Nubbin, it's heaven. Nubbin liked the restaurant so much that he used the original decor and paintings to decorate his home. 6 of 23. Duff Beer The Simpsons, Pawtucket Patriot Ale Family Guy, Butterbeer Harry Potter. Is beer a food? It concerns us. If we were to complete a 6-pack, there's no doubt that Duff Beer and Pawtucket Patriot Ale would be the headliners. For those who want something lighter with a bit of alcohol, beer butter might be more to your liking. We are getting thirsty just writing this. 7 of 23. Eternal Gobstopper Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory offers so many choices that it's hard to pick just one, from a real-life Wonka bar to lickable wallpaper and even an uplifting fizzy drink that looks like it packs a punch. Finally, we couldn't say no to the everlasting Gobstopper, if for no other reason than to delight our taste buds forever. Thanks, Willy. 8 of 23. 5 Milkshake Pulp Story. Another mouth-watering pulp fiction food. Vincent Vega John Travolta was in disbelief at the thought of paying $5 for this cold mix. We'd gladly pay $5 to have a sip. Vega's amateur food critic review is very convincing. 9 of 23. AGA Moby Muffin Dogma. Mubi's fast food restaurant has been a prominent part of Kevin Smith's Viewisk universe. After all, this was the business environment for Clerks II. However, one of the first references to what this place has to offer is in Dogma 1999, when Bethany Linda Fiorentino enjoys an outdoor breakfast with Jake, Silent Bob, and the forgotten messenger Rufus Chris Rock. The latter surprised with its breakfast sandwich, which is your classic egg, cheese, and sausage between an English muffin. Pop-up versions of movies, serving primarily vegetarian fare, have sprung up across the United States. 10 of 23. Green Eggs and Ham. Dr. Seuss. One of the most popular children's books of all time features this unique dish that the stranger eventually falls in love with, thanks to Sammy's persistence. We assume that only some food coloring has been added to the green eggs and ham, but it tastes just like normal-looking foods. However, leave it to the wonderful Dr. Seuss to let your imagination do all the work. 11 of 23. Krabby Patty. SpongeBob SquarePants. The Krusty Krab signature menu item. More than a burger because there is no meat on the patty. According to SpongeBob SquarePants lore, it is similar to a veggie burger. The overall concoction includes lettuce, onions, and tomatoes with sea cheese, pickles, mustard, and ketchup between seaweed sea buns. SpongeBob has often noted that the secret formula that makes the patty taste so good is love. Who's to argue with that? 12 of 23. Krusty Burger. The Simpsons. Krusty the Clown is more than an entertainer. He's capable of putting together a popular burger restaurant chain, although he's not fond of the food. The menu is rather extensive, featuring the likes of the Clogger and the Whatchamacarka sandwich. Still, it's the original Krusty Burger that remains a crowd favorite. Fans of The Simpsons can partake in a Krusty Burger 1 3-pound burger patty with secret sauce, American cheese, lettuce, tomato, and pickles at Universal Studios theme parks in California and Florida. 13 of 23. Mega Burger. Beverly Hills, 90,210. Another burger on this list. From what we know, the preferred meal choice at the Peach Pit features 2 burger patties, Swiss cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and Bermuda onions. We also know that customers can add chili to the burger, which will always be made fresh. Longtime Pit employee Brandon Walsh. Jason Priestley has used the burger to endear himself to dates on occasion. 14 of 23. Ol' 96 ER. The Great Outdoors. Is there a more famous cut of meat in movie history than this ridiculously huge masterpiece from the beloved 1988 John Candy comedy? Chet Ripley Candy thought he was up to the Herculean task of taking on this behemoth 96-ounce primed-age beef steak. If he finished in its entirety, his whole table would eat for free. He drew quite the crowd at Paul Bunyan's cupboard watching this battle of man versus meat. 15 of 23. Sandwich of Death. Regular show. Regular show stars Mordecai and Rigby love a good meal, whether we're talking 3 a.m. pizza pouches or the 8546 from Sandwiches. But their favorite might be the Sandwich of Death from Death Quan Du Pizza and Subs. After signing the waiver of death, it's time to sink your teeth into the super sub, complete with what we believe is tomato sauce, barbecue sauce, Canadian bacon, and meatballs. Unfortunately, Benson beats the boys to the sandwich and puts his life in danger since he does not know the proper way to eat the massive creation. 16 of 23. Sweaty Balls. Saturday Night Live. Pete Sweaty Alec Baldwin is well known for his bite-sized sweaty balls. Sold at his holiday bakery season's eatings, his balls come in various shapes, sizes, and flavors. All made from a secret Swedish recipe. The SNL sketch, which features then cast members Molly Shannon and Anna Gasteyer as NPR talk show hosts Terry Rialto and Margaret Jo McCullen, remains one of the most memorable moments in the show's history. 17 of 23. Scooby Snacks. Scooby-Doo. In time, Scooby Snacks became a real-life dog treat. But it's still the fictional food choice for that famous crime-fighting dog and even his goofy master, Shaggy, worth celebrating. Scooby Snacks appear to be nothing more than crunchy dog biscuits, but they have the power to entice Scooby into putting his life on the line to get to the bottom of a caper or solve a significant crime. What would you do for a Scooby snack? 18 of 23. Soylent Green. Soylent Green. Remember, this is a fictional list. In this case, we're talking science fiction from 1973. The Soylent Green wafer is apparently tasty and high in nutritional value. It's one of the few good things about the current state of the world in 2022, where overpopulation and climate issues have the planet in crisis. Soylent Industries claims its new food substitute is made from plankton. But NYPD detective Frank Thorne Charlton Heston discovers that's shockingly not the case. 19 of 23. Spaghetti tacos. iCarly. A culinary favorite of Carly Miranda Cosgrove, Sam Jeanette McCurdy, and Freddie Nathan Kress. It's also one of Carly's brother Spencer's signature dishes out of the kitchen. Then again, it's not that hard to make. We only need some cooked spaghetti with red sauce and a crunchy taco shell. 20 of 23. Squealer Whippet. Bliss Elliott Page lives in Tiny Bodine, Texas. Best known for the barbecue joint she works at that features the Squealer. If anyone can eat this massive pork-filled sandwich in 3 minutes or less, it's free. That lucky customer gets their picture taken and put on the restaurant's wall. It sounds like the perfect pre-game meal before heading into Austin for some roller derby. 21 of 23. Stay Puft Marshmallows. Ghostbusters. Stay Puft Marshmallows are nothing more than a fictional brand of this timeless classic sweet treat. Yet, movie fans shouldn't forget the name or its smiley mascot who grew to giant form in Ghostbusters and threatened to destroy New York City. We assume Stay Puft Marshmallows taste like any other marshmallow, but the point is that the mascot and the brand name are such a big part of movie history that both should be celebrated. 22 of 23. Tomako. The Simpsons. Homer really thought he was onto something when he growled Tomako. The tomato-tobacco hybrid plant came to be when he used plutonium to fertilize said fields. The finished product's taste was terrible. It tastes like cigarette butts, Bart yelped, but addictive. Being the savvy businessman he is, Homer jumped on the chance to sell this uniquely awful product, which outwardly looked like a tomato but had the insides of tobacco leaves, to gullible travelers. 23 of 23. Tubby Toast. Teletubbies. So simple yet fulfilling at the same time. Tubby Toast, which is just a circular piece of toasted bread complete with a smiley face on it, is the favorite of Dipsy, Tinky Winky, Po, and La. On the show, we hear that Tubby Toast is made of either foam or plastic. However, it should not be too difficult to make in real life, assuming one can get the bread in a perfect circle. Give it a try.